Hello, my heavy metal tankers, and this one is definitely more for the heavy metal orientated fans. I'm assuming one of the 66 of my subscribers are also heavy metal fans. But anyway, heavy metal's recently become really prominent outside of my own brain. I mean, we have it in the gameplay here, World of Tanks Modern Armor, but also at the 2024 Olympics. Gojira performed a French heavy metal band, by the way. Um, they did a lovely song that if I'm understanding correctly, was a song which surprisingly became brutal. Uh, for the uninitiated, brutal about the proletariats helping the bourgeoisie with their stiff necks, helping stretch them out, or something like that. I don't know. I got a rough translation, but it was really a moment that is like surreal. That France was like, yeah, let's be theatric. Well, for some of the conservative-minded, theatrical and controversial, while the rest of us know that Gojira is kind of like if tree-hugging hippies liked metal, thrash metal. Yeah, it's really weird to have the word satanic and Gojira used in a couple sentences. It's like, um, not quite. I get where you're picking up on negative energy, but it's being reinterpreted in a for use in a more ecological and environmental way. You know, read the liner notes. Yeah, that being a European centered Olympics, it was kind of like, there's some black metal bands farther north, and I'm like, those are they they were more of your kind of for you Christian orientated folks. They were the ones who were satanic, and they never technically burned down natures, but they didn't condone, and they were like, yeah, go for it. They didn't condemn him. I mean, they're like, yeah, it was, yeah, the Odin, yeah, get you. Never forget Var's Vickerness. I couldn't get into that level of black metal. It's like I like my music a little more polished, but like Behemoth, Dimmu Borgir. Is Dimmu Borgir even still going? They're really big in the mid 2000s, 2010s. But anyway, I digress. Back to France. It's now, of course, the big question is what we got LA and like Salt Lake City's coming up. We're gonna be hosting Olympics here in the near future. And like, it's the big joke is Gojira gets to open for the Olympics in France. Meanwhile, Metallica can't even open for the Super Bowl or perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. The biggest. I'm pretty sure we can argue this, but popularity-wise, Metallica is the biggest heavy metal act in the world, with so many other close seconds, which is one of those names that got brought up because of for performance and theatrics and displays. Obviously, Slipknot, but it's one of those things like, man, those eye-opening moments, like how conservative this nation still is. I mean, America. And France is like, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I can see where you're going. You people get all upset with the last dinner, and I'm like, it's France. They could have gone harder. Like you got lucky. It was just drag queens and the Last Supper. It's either that or they're upset that if I'm not mistaken, if I remember my positioning of the Last Supper, like, yeah, Jesus, a fat Jesus is just not gonna fly with some people. I get that, but to turn the other cheek, they ignore the scoffers. They'll be dealt with. You can chill. Go weigh yourselves down with your idolatrous cross. Okay, I'll save the cult rant for later. But anyway, yeah. Here we have Metal Fest. I will get more for the video game perspective here. I will talk more about it once the next Tuesday and we have Rob Zombie and Motorhead in the game. A few things I want to talk about there, but yeah, no. As a heavy metal fan, it was like, holy crap! I saw that started popping my feeds. I'm like, whoa. Gojira's gone mainstream. Although for some of us in the metal community, it's kind of like they were always mainstream because of it's the old argument. Like, hey, once you sign the contract, you've sold out. And it's like, whatever. And also, of course, their lyric contents and like their whole message is. I mean, it's not as extreme as like cattle decapitation. I mean, that they're right. We are just walking, talking pieces of defecating meat, but you know, you could try to not be so brutally critical of the human race, but you know, there's always a nihilist amongst the group that just has to bring everybody down. But no, Gojira, great call. I mean, granted, there's not many other hard rock or heavy metal acts outside that's popular outside of France, so it made sense. It made sense. I am just, it's like just remembering, like, you know, there's always been a stigma around heavy metal, and here it is, like, nah, we didn't invade the Olympics. We got asked to the Olympics. It's like, it's so surreal and amazing. It's like one of those, like, yeah. I think it doesn't matter how you feel about Gojira as a heavy metal fan. You're kind of like, even if you think they are like too mainstream, too pussy, too milquetoast, or just, you know, they're not about. It's still the fact that our genre just got blasted on mainstream television around the world, and I mean, it was awesome. Okay, so maybe Celine Dion maybe did top it, but you know, she's gonna have a seriously, like, physically crippling disability to really make her performance top what Gojira did, and yeah, she didn't need that help. She's oh god, it was. I'm probably still not gonna watch anything about the women's rugby anyway. So, but hey, that's kind of all I wanted to just say about that. I am just so happy to be a heavy metal fan and being like, see, and like they could have gone. In my opinion, it's like, hey, they could have gone. They could have gone with Metallica. I don't know if Lars Ulrich, the drummer, is capable of putting on a live performance of like that. I can't be overly critical. At least they've gotten rid of the snare, and age comes for us all, and he's still doing what he loves, and here I am making what could be politely called mediocre YouTube videos. So I will not come down harshly on Lars. I will not cast stones in my glasshouse. Well, I hope. Oh, jeez. Oh, algorithm. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Hey, if you're down with the heavy metal, I'm sorry. I just discovered a metal band from 2014 called Power Flow that is essentially members of Cypress Hill doing. If you like Cypress Hill song, Rockstar. Yeah, it's like that. More heavy metal with a slight infusion of rap, and it's really good. I love it. Yeah. Like and subscribe, comment down below. How do you feel about just heavy metal in general? And yes, I will have a video later on Metal Fest with Motorhead and Rob Zombie. Or as some would call it, Dad Rock. I don't know. It depends on how hardcore you are. Or lack thereof. Anyway. I'll catch you in the next one. And keep it metal. Bye.